So in this video, we're talking about why Tesla chose Mexico for the next Giga Factory. And we're talking about the investor meeting that just happened. So welcome back to my channel where I give you the latest Tesla news. Remember, not too long ago, everyone was talking about where the next Giga Factory would be built. Remember, we said Canada, Indonesia, maybe the UK. So when Tesla announced Giga Mexico, it took us by surprise. So maybe we're not as smart as we think. Once we start looking into the global economy as a whole, we will find the importance why Tesla is opening Giga Mexico. The importance for Giga Mexico is that this will be the location to produce the next generation vehicle platform, the economy car being used as robotaxi, and as well as the Model 2 at $25,000 Tesla. It is expected to take the largest volume in market share. This factory will be the largest at 4,200 acres, and Giga Mexico will be 68% larger than Giga Texas. Tesla uses the surrounding land to build port infrastructure for the main factory. Things like battery cell manufacturing, drive unit production, power generation. For some time, Tesla executives have been talking about how they want to localize supply chain. Giga Mexico might have all of the manufacturing infrastructure that is needed in one place. No more supply chain issues, or at least not as much as we have seen in the past. So according to the governor of Nuevo León, Tesla will be starting this factory from scratch, focusing on the lower end, affordable Tesla production. With the next generation platform, Tesla is introducing the brand new manufacturing system, as was pointed out in March on Investor Day. Tesla is moving towards a highly automated production method that enables Tesla to construct all sides of the vehicle separately and then put it together at the same time, saving precious time. Now, I love this. This process will be new and Tesla wants to get it right. The location in Nuevo León is important. It is not only cheap labor and land, but close to the existing location in Texas. The goal, of course, is taking majority of the EV market. With a low-cost vehicle, it will be easier for the average income individual to purchase an electric car. And volume-wise, this will create higher profits. Elon has been telling us for the longest time now that the company is not making the car affordable by cutting corners, but it'll be cheaper because it'll be fully optimized for mass production. The next generation platform will be built in half the time it takes to build a Model 3. Tesla is also planning to eliminate rare earth metals from the drive unit. The redesigned electronic system will run on 48 volts. Massive amounts of wiring has been removed. Now, this is absolutely important. Another interesting factor is the market this factory production intends to serve. According to a report by Dave Lee, Giga Mexico will not even be making cars for North America. Giga Mexico will be making cars for Mexico, but also serve the global export hub for South and Central America, Africa, New Zealand, Australia, and Europe. This car will be for the people that otherwise would not be able to afford an electric vehicle. Elon Musk also mentioned that the new platform will be smaller than the Model 3. Now, Americans usually don't buy very small cars. Maybe this is the reason. Streets in other countries, including Europe, are more narrow if you are not using the Autobahn Autostrada. And Mexico has free trade agreements with 50 different countries. The US has 20. Tesla can reach their target market without having to pay import tariffs. Also, Nuevo Leon is already a thriving modern manufacturing hub. 28 Chinese companies have purchased land close to Tesla's location and are already in business or in the process of construction. Tesla is not the only car manufacturer producing in Mexico. Ford and GM are also producing in Mexico. And Tesla's new location will be unlike anything we have ever seen. It'll change how Tesla operates in the global market. So let's talk about Tesla's 2023 shareholder meeting. It was really amazing. One of the things that I've noticed is how rested Elon looked. He looked very well rested, not like usual when he was just tired. So it was really amazing. He talked a lot about sustainable energy, and I'm just gonna give you some of the highlights. It was quite incredible.
The goal is to give people hope, realistic hope, and maybe hope's even the wrong word, but simply to say that there is a path to a fully sustainable global economy, that we are on that path, that we are accelerating that path, and that so long as we don't get complacent about it, it will happen. So I'll kind of rush through a recap of the Master Plan Part 3, but some of the salient points are that it will actually take less energy to go sustainable, not more energy. It's actually more energy, and some of these things may sound very obvious, but it's more energy efficient to go sustainable, not less. There's less mining that is required for a sustainable energy economy, not more. Also very important. I heard a question raised about cobalt mining, and you know what? We will do a third-party audit. So in fact, we'll put a webcam on the mine. If anybody sees any children, please let us know.
So Elon was talking about sustainable energy for all. He was mentioning about giving people hope for the future. Elon said, "We are on the path of sustainable energy, and we are accelerating that path. Creating a sustainable economy will not involve child labor." And then there was a short segment on emissions over time of electric vehicles. Now Elon was talking about jobs and safety. Tesla is growing and supplying work and wages to employees. So here Elon was talking about being the largest EV manufacturer and having the largest margins of not just EV car makers, but all car makers in the world. So the Model Y is becoming the most sold car globally.
So, yeah, and I think that will continue. And while at the same time being the highest margin of any car maker in the world.
And of course, there was some talk involved about the economy and the recession. Elon said later, Tesla is not immune to the economy. Don't look at your portfolio for the next 12 months or buy the dip. After all this is over, he said, long-term investors will do extremely well.
So this is going to be a challenging 12 months. I want to be sort of realistic about it. That Tesla is not immune to the global economic environment. I expect things to be, just at a macroeconomic level, difficult for at least the next 12 months. Tesla will get through it and we'll do well, and I think we'll see a lot of companies actually go bankrupt. So I want to make sure that this is not just the good news parade. It's important to understand that no company is immune to the macroeconomic environment. But that said, it won't be darkness forever. I expect probably a year of difficulty globally for everyone. And then my best guess is that the global economy turns around in roughly 12 months. and then Tesla will be in an extremely good position. So anyone who is a long-term investor, I think, will do extremely well.
Now, because they just broke ground in Texas for their own lithium refining, Elon was mentioning it. And I can remember him mentioning about lithium refining on several earnings calls.
Tesla earnings calls where I've said, can someone please just do lithium refining? Because there's a shortage of it. But we really see very little activity that's outside of China for lithium refining. So it's not that we wish to take on extra problems, but since nobody else was doing it, we felt we had to do this. And so we've just broken ground on a lithium refinery at Corpus Christi, which will be do more lithium refining than I think probably everything outside of China.
So here's just a little input on Giga Mexico. We're laying the groundwork for 20 million vehicles per year.
A deal for our next Giga Factory in Mexico, Giga Mexico. And I think that's going to be a fantastic factory. So we're laying the groundwork for ultimately getting to 20 million vehicles a year.
So of course, Elon said that the Cybertruck will be his choice of transportation. And the Cybertruck, according to Elon, might not add significantly to revenue, but it'll exceed expectations. Of course, he mentioned about 2 products being designed by Tesla, and it's very exciting.
People always want to know what our next product is. But this is not the time to... we obviously need to have a proper dedicated product launch. I just want to emphasize that we are actually building a new product. We are actually designing a new product. We're not sitting on our hands here. There are 2 new products that I think you will be very excited about. And both the design of the products and the manufacturing techniques are head and shoulders above anything else that is present in industry. So, yeah, anyways.
I can see Tesla making Optimus available not just for purchase, but also lease or rent. Just imagine moving furnitures, having a big cleanup, or even helping out in construction. Humanoid robots might be out of reach for purchase, but not to lease and rent.
These are all real, by the way. The motors, the controllers, the electronics, and everything you see in the Optimus robot is a Tesla-designed system. So this is, we actually tried to find drive actuators and whatnot that were off the shelf. We found that there weren't any. In order to make an effective humanoid robot, you actually have to design the motors and gearboxes and the electronics from scratch. Tesla's long-term value will be, a majority of the long-term value will be Optimus. And that prediction I'm very confident of.
Meet Kevin, of course, had to talk to Elon about advertising. I believe it seemed to me like Elon was expecting this question from somebody, and so he was kind of prepared.
Hey Elon, meet Kevin here.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thanks. So Tesla is the largest position in my ETF, ticker PP, and that's for pricing power.
Right.
And I'm curious, I really think that some of the features that you highlighted here, like the over-the-air airbag deployments of improving features, the safety features, are great things that we could be advertising. I know you've heard this many times before. I know you have.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
$525 off every car this year is half a Netflix's advertising budget. $1,000 is the entire Netflix advertising budget, and I see their ads everywhere. Why not advertise these things that you told us here? I feel like nobody else knows about this. I just talked to Gordo, the Tesla bear, and he's still talking about 2016 New York Times pieces. These people are in the past, man.
That's like 7 years ago at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's actually, I talked to a lot of people and they still think that like Teslas are like super expensive. And like, no, actually the starting price for a Tesla is below the average auto price in the US. It's like, and that's a good thing. I mean, I think it's good that it's that way, you know, like our goal was always to make cars that are affordable to the general public. So I hear you. I mean, I think, and it's indeed ironic that, you know, Twitter is like highly dependent on advertising. So, you know, here I am, it's like, you know, never used advertising really before, and now I have a company that's highly dependent on advertising. So, I guess I should say advertising is awesome and everyone should do it. There are amazing features and functionality about Teslas that people just don't know about. And although there's obviously a lot of people that follow, like say, the Tesla account and the my account, whatever, on Twitter, to some degree, it is preaching to the choir, and the choir is already convinced. So I think you're saying this has some merit, and you know what? I believe in taking suggestions. So we'll try a little advertising and see how it goes.
Of course, FSD and how advanced it is getting. This was quite interesting.
But then it's getting to the point where, I mean, it's going to be just smooth as silk. So in fact, you'll be able to visually tell. Perhaps even now you can visually tell if the car is being driven on FSD or manually, because if it's being driven on FSD, it's smooth and precise. And if you actually closely observe cars going down the highway, the people are constantly moving in their lanes. So the cars are like doing this all the time when they're manually driven. If it's actually on FSD, it's dead center in the lane. And it will actually get to the point where it is not really, and maybe is at that point, not really safer than a person, but actually way smoother than manual driving. I can't say enough about the profundity of full self-driving. It is just one of the biggest changes in history that will occur. It's not some feature. it's like a profound. It's really as profound as electrification. And we already have millions of cars on the road that will literally achieve this with a software update.
If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.